Welcome to lambing on Diju Farms. This is where my sheep live. This is where they lamb. This is where they do all their business. I bale graze. And my sheep tend to live outside and do their own thing. My philosophy is that we do not need to be feeding ruminants a bunch of grain. So they are all grass-fed. And if you get I believe that if you have a good grass hay, I prefer second cut because it's got more clovers and alfalfas and trefoil and everything in it, that your sheep do not need grain. I have great ranch land here for grazing sheep on. So they get no grain, and as a result, I do not expect ewes, as a rule, to feed more than twins. So any surplus lambs and stuff, I now have markets for that people take them. I have one ewe who is presently feeding a set of triplets. You can see right there the three white ones directly in front of us belong to her, and that's the ewe right in front. This is basically where my ewes lamb. I'm in the middle of lambing. I only run 19 ewes, a couple that should be retired and out of here that haven't had lambs for a couple of years. The boys spend the winters mixed with the ewes. They come out during breeding season and split into their groups. They do have access to a shed. You can see that they can go in there. It's bedded down. I've so far only had one ewe that has used that. This is one of my livestock guardians. Jackie is a wonderful addition to my flock. Unfortunately, he has to be tied because he does not understand that newborn lambs are not edible. So in the rare event that I should have a problem, I have sorting pens that I built back from my herding days. And I use the sorting pens as an absolute backup on the rare occasion that there is a need for them. My second livestock guardian is tied up over there. Gabby is fantastic with newborn lambs, loves all of her sheep, does a great job, but unfortunately I have problems with the next door neighbor, and Gabby will go out on the road. And so she has to be tied because she'll go up over the fences. So once I'm done lambing, Jackie goes loose again. And this summer, I probably am going to have a contract with a solar farm, in which case Gabby will be going there full time. In the summer, when the sheep are way out on pasture, then Gabby is loose at night and usually gets spoiled and into the house. So as you can see, I have my holding pens here, all my sorting pens and everything. So I can hold my flock in here. I can sort. I've got 2 pens set up to handle the occasional ewe with lambs. I had to use them this year for one set of triplets because the mother was not being able to keep track of them. And one pair where the ram lamb decided that he loved one of my rams instead of his mom. So pretty simple, pretty basic. This one's covered. It was actually covered for the birds, not for the sheep. My weigh scales. So I run a very simple, basic operation based on the philosophy that these are ruminants. They don't need to be grained, although the only time that I will grain them is if I'm growing out Easter lambs, which I didn't last year and I'm not this year. So they don't get grain. They get wormed simply on an as-needed basis. There's their mineral salt. And they are low maintenance, easy care. And I get top dollar for my lambs. So I can't see that I need to be putting more money into them and more work and stuff into them like a lot of other operations do. In the back, you can see my neighbor. He was running 60 head of sheep, and he often laughs and said that if he ran his sheep the way I run mine, his would all drop dead.